And we went through 50,000 religions. You know what I'm saying? Reacting to that one thought. So if we see that happens, right now that should teach us something about the nature of the mind. Not to divest ourselves there. Not to divest ourselves there. Become creators. Creators don't react. Creators are able to neutralize the mind. If you cannot neutralize the mind, you cannot stand for anything. Because your mind will give you another thought. Right? You stand here, you worried about that, your mind keeps giving you other thoughts. How do you stand for something unless you can neutralize the mind? That means you can become resolute. You can become definitive. There is no clarity for those who cannot become absolutely clear within themselves. I don't care how many books you achieve. And you don't achieve clarity in a book. You achieve clarity through an interpersonal relationship. Clarity is an interpersonal dynamic. In order to be clear, you must become a creator or a creatress in your own self. Otherwise, all of the books is confusion. This author says this, that author says that. They trying to say this, they trying to say that. It's confusion. But we must seek to achieve clarity within ourselves and be clear about what we're creating and what we choose to do. And in that, we're now giving the energy to what we want to do. So we are ensuring that it will manifest. If you give the energy to it, it will happen. Bottom line. If we give our energy to nation building, we won't be proving that it is right or wrong, scholastically or philosophically. We'll be manifesting it as right. Or otherwise, it will be nothing greater than an argument with the white man about who we are. Do any of us want more than an argument? Because black nationalism has been a very great argument. But it has not been nothing we have given the energy to manifest. And even if we win the argument in our own minds, the white man has given so much energy to white supremacy that it still stands as though it's completely right. Because he has given consistent energy to it. And while we argue black supremacy, from moment to moment we give consistent energy to white supremacy. Because we can't stand in the thought and stand in the energy of black nationalism. This European will starve, suffer, go hungry, homeless, risk his life for white supremacy and white nationalism. We'll be conscious on black supremacy while it appears good. From a Eurocentric comfortable appearance, then we back on white supremacy. That's a fact. So if we can stand on black supremacy, it's real. We can argue it too. But if we can stand on it, it's a reality. That's different. Standing on something and having an idea about something. Standing as the manifestation of the reality. They can say, well, as long as we had a power to project our ideas, no one can argue that they exist. When we lose the power, backed up by our fortitude, then people can say that does not exist. But as long as we project those ideas, and we have the power to, and we stand in a position where we'll choose to project them no matter what, who can deny that they exist? Who can argue them out of existence when they are apparent through the energy we have constantly put forth to manifest them? It cannot be denied. And it will become more stronger when we're able to amass more of our energy behind it through our being. The people who would have argued with it would have to accept its inevitability. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? We can argue with the white man and his court system, but we have had to accept the inevitability of their organization around their ideas. So our argument means nothing, because their energy is backing their thought, and our energy is backing his thought, but our argument is against him. That's our problem. If we can get enough people to get out of the energy of supporting him, no matter what, then the energy that they stand in will gain momentum. And he will have to accept our power because we accept it by standing in the energy of it. That's the real call to nation building. Not to join some organization. You can come in and out of an organization. Not to accept some ideas. Ideas are acceptable by many. But to be an embodiment and to be consistent and perpetually standing in the energy of against any and all. Do y'all see the difference? So the arguments that come up in our mind are not arguments with people outside of us, but are doubt. Do y'all follow what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about what you stand for. What you stand for. And your personal power is relative to what you can stand for through anything. Did y'all get me with that? Your personal power is how much resistance you can go through for what you stand for. That's a reality. And you can argue whatever you want to. But if you don't have the personal power to have fortitude and stand against the resistance of anything, then your argument has no weight, period. You can justify it in the Bible. The Hebrews have justified how we the chosen people, blah, blah. Doesn't mean shit. Go back to work, nigga. Energetically, you can't stand there past Sunday. If we the chosen people, then we should claim our earth back. We shouldn't be selling nothing. All this shit is ours. Right? So we should claim it. We shouldn't be working for no white man, depending on no white man for nothing, talking about we the chosen people. But it's one thing to argue that scripturally. It's another thing to realistically stand in the energy of that through what, no matter what. But that's how you know who are real. Those who can stand in the energy of it, no matter what, through anything. And come back tried and true on the other side. That's how you know the people are real. So our arguments mean nothing. Our arguments have no weight. We can be right, but our energy can be insufficient. Many people are in jail not because they were wrong, because they had insufficient energy against their enemy. They didn't have the energy / currency or whatever to go against the European. Some people had the guns but didn't have the energy. You can't eat bullets. You need an energy on every level of your being. The energy of your attitude, energy of your personality, energy of your mind. You need the energy of everything. Many people got guns, bullets, grenades, but energetically, they're not there. They waver. And where you are wavering, the energy is inconsistent. You need that light beam, concentrated focus. And if it's a wavering mind, the focus isn't there. So when we get a group of people with an unwavering mind, not some people who are dependent on methodology masters, strategy masters, but people who have the internal fortitude to make that stance in themselves on black nationalism, black divinity, black supremacy, then we have something. And that's more important than half reaching the whole community. Standing in that energy. Because the police department and their institutions aren't reaching the whole community. But that they got massive people standing in that energy, that itself is making a difference in what they're manifesting. So we're attracting people to be solid in the energy of nation building. To become unquestionable in their authority about the manifestation of their divinity in nation building. That's a fact. People still